Does somebody hear tanks rolling? Welcome, Commanders. As you all know, the Separatist Specialist expansion has just dropped, otherwise known as the Tactical Droid expansion. Let's do an unboxing. Alright, so we got. Okay, so here's our sprue. Got two clear plastic stands. Here's what the looks like: the Tactical Droid and the Observer Droid. And the other two droids and parts of the Observer Droid. Bases. Set of instruction sheets. That doesn't look like it's complicated to build at all. Looks like there's two ways to build the Viper Recondroid. And there's a couple of ways to model and pose the Tactical T-Series droid. Alright. Now, most importantly, let's go to our upgrade cards. That's what our observer tokens look like, I believe. Nice. Okay, so here's our T-Series Tactical Droid. Nothing we don't know already. The EV Series Medical Droid. The PK Series Worker Droid. The Viper Recon Droid. Portable Scanner. Vigilance. I think everyone wants a copy of Vigilance. During the end phase, choose either one friendly trooper unit at range 1 to 2 or up to 2 friendly core trooper units at range 1 to 2. Each chosen unit does not remove one dodge token. Pretty awesome. We have Inspiring Presence. Friendly units at range 1 to 4 can use your courage value when checking whether they panicked. This range can be reduced by other effects, so I guess things like War Weary, etc. We have a copy of Improvised Orders because we don't have enough of those. Same with HQ Uplink. And most importantly, we have our 3 command cards, generic command cards that any Separatist commander can use, on top of the 3 that we have with the core box. So we have a Mechanized Incursion. Separatists only. After a friendly vehicle unit is issued an order, choose a friendly droid trooping unit at range 1 to 2 and issue that unit an order. Not bad. Orbital Strike. Roger, roger. All these things I think have been spoiled already in the FG article for this expansion. Here's our T-Series Tactical Droid. Nothing we don't know already. So we have Bolster 2. Choose up to 2 friendly units at range 1. Each chosen unit gains a surge token. Direct. Was it core droid trooping unit? During the command phase, you may issue an order to a friendly droid trooping unit at range 1 to 2. And that's not bad. So you get a free order. And with our massive coordinate chain, we can just give orders to the entire army if possible. And Sharpshooter 1, which I don't think... it's great to have, but, you know, it's just one of those things that's not that important. Because are you really going to be up there in the fight with 4 health, 2 courage, a weapon of range 1 to 3 with a red and a white, no surge of whatsoever, and white defense dice? This guy is pretty fragile, but you know, he's only what, 55 points, and this is the first. This is a big deal because this is a first for the Separatists to have a cheap commander. There are only 2 options at the moment. Before the T-Series Tactical Droid was Grievous and Dooku. Both of them over the high 150s to 200. And the problem there is the droids are meant to be that big swarmy Zerg kind of army, and when you have those two commanders in your army, it really does like flatten your activation limits down a bit. Most droid armies can these days just fit out to 10 units. Now with this T-Series tactical droid, 55 points. That's a savings. Like at minimum, you have 100 points now to spend on other things. That could be a droideca unit. That could be staps. That could be more B1s, B2s, whatever. If you're not already stacking out maximum core trooping units, so that's quite amazing. But I think the real big deal of this expansion is really these three cards. These three cards here. These three cards mean that you can field a generic commander, right? So we already said that this T-Series tactical droid is pretty flimsy, and you're most likely not going to run this anywhere in the front lines or at all. So with the new RRG released a while back, most people are now talking about running the field commander upgrade for the AAT. It's pretty insane. Your commander is now a generic. He's inside a tank that can shoot at long range and is super durable. The possibilities are endless. Yes, we're going back to the commanders that are worth about 150 points or more, but at least this kind of commander is always going to be doing something on turn one, is super durable, and there are so many people out there who are building double tank lists. So, if you're a Separatist player, should you buy this expansion?
You serious?
Exactly. Every Separatist player is going to want to buy this as soon as it drops, as soon as it becomes available, because there's just so many things you can do with it. You've got the ability now to take your field commander or the T-Series tactical droid and bolster your army that way. And look, even the other droids that comes in this pack hold potential to boost out your army. This is what they look like assembled. Don't mind the blue tack. That's only there because I plan to paint the bases separately. All right, let's have a look at the T-Series tactical droid. Fairly easy to put together. I've chosen the binoculars and the karate chop hand. Otherwise, they're fairly posable. The other option is the blaster rifle and the fist hand. Just one note here for those who are going to put these together soon enough. That little shoulder joint on the hip joint, it actually extends further out than the actual ball socket is there. So what you want to do is force it into the gap. It was a bit tricky when I first put it in. See that little gap there? Alright, so the trick is force it in there, and then the ball socket will join up with the ball. Okay, so that's the T-Series tactical droid. Next up, let's have a look at, this is the PK medical droid. Alright, this guy was a pain in the ass to put together. Mainly these little spindly parts here. Alright, so the bone saw and that, I don't know, IV drop thing, right? I would even dare say it's probably easier to not have them on if you're going to customize this outright. Okay, so the reason they're so difficult to put on is because there's no obvious socket joint to slap them on. I'll put these on a flat surface. This isn't even what the box art is meant to be like for this droid. So yeah, I imagine if I drop this sometime soon, most likely it will fall apart and it will just be a PK droid without the bone saw and IV drop. Because let's be real, I'm not sure where I would use this model. Most other players, I believe, won't use this mini unless they really want to heal up Maul or Dooku or Grievous. I just don't see that happening. But if you have any ideas about that, please let me know in the comments below. All right. Let's have a look at the the Viper Recondroid. Okay, fairly easy to put together. Focus. Fairly easy to put together. I was a bit confused why the back of it has a hole. Normally, I don't know, I guess that's supposed to be the propulsion system on this droid. But I don't know, in other kind of models like that, you just sort of paint it in, right? So yeah, I guess they give you some options or something like that. Okay, so interesting point. So that little claw there at the front, oh, it's a bit blurry, I'm sorry. Can't get it to focus. Okay, that claw at the front. Interesting thing about that claw is, okay, it looks like this in the sprue, except the instructions don't make it obvious on how to put it together, because you clamp either those two options together and then put this thing on top, but you don't know where this thing goes. So I think for those who are putting this together, hot tip, I think it's meant to go into that hole while you clamp them together. I'm not sure. It didn't fit for me, so what I ended up doing is I ended up just cutting that off, and I'm just gluing that surface straight into the socket. And it worked out anyway, so if you get that problem, now you know how to fix it. So that's the Viper Recondroid. Next up, we have the the PK Worker Droid? Or is it the EV Worker Droid? One of the two. Alright, so very simple to put together. An interesting thing about this guy is he's holding a B1 battle droid head. Okay, and that head, when it comes off the sprue, is entirely one piece. Okay, so for all our Separatist brothers out there, we all know the pain of putting together swarms of B1 battle droids and the pain of putting their heads together because they're two pieces, and that back piece and the front piece, they're tiny as hell, and you need tweezers or some sort of surgical hands to be able to put these things together. And then you risk super gluing your fingers together with the piece, and it's super annoying. Funnily enough, on this model, it's one piece, which tells me either FFG/AMG have improved their processes and made it one piece, and basically taking on our feedback, or they've been trolling us the whole time and made it one piece here, but decided to make it two pieces on the B1s. Who knows? But just something interesting I thought I'd point out. Okay, so that's all I've got for the Separatist Specialist expansion pack, otherwise known as the T-Series Tactical Droid expansion pack. If you have any ideas of lists and builds and how would you use any of these minis in this expansion pack, please let me know in the comments below, because I've surely have missed something during this review. And sharing ideas is a wonderful thing. If you like this video, please press the like button, as that helps us out a lot. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video. This is VC Ken signing out.